and we'll wait. Good evening, everyone. Today we are going to start a new session and we'll wait for 2 minutes for more people to join. And then I will give a brief introduction of what it is all about. Thank you. Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. Today on 9th of April, we are doing a third session of collaborative traders. First two sessions were of explaining how the trading view works. And now I think everyone is proficient enough. Yeah, I'll just. So now I think everyone is proficient enough to use the trading view. Guys, can you listen to me? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So today's session, we are going to start some things new. We are going to explain all the charts which Jagan sir has already given in the group. And we are going to present them, and maybe the explanation can come at a later stage. So today we have three presenters with us. Ajish, you know him very well. He was explaining in the past two sessions also. He's a full-time trader. Then there would be Charles, and he is an engineer by profession, and he would be helping us with few charts. And then later on, Sham would tell us more about two more charts. So this meeting would be all about 25 minutes would be given to each presenter to explain about the charts, and the next 5 minutes would be allotted for the explanation or some questions. If you have, you can write down the questions on the chat and I will forward those questions to the presenters. And then in the last half an hour, if some time is left, Jagan sir can always assist us in explaining anything he would like to assist. So today we would start the session with Ajish, and he is going to explain us our chart template 4.0, which has two charts, 4.1 and 4.2. Now to you, Ajish. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Aman, and good evening all. Am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, Ajish.
Okay. And today I am going to explain about 4.0 template. In that, from last week we have made some changes. Jagan sir made some changes, so we will be explaining about that. That is my job today. And in that, we have two chart layout, that is 4.1 and 4.2. I will be explaining about the indicators and about all the indicators. Okay, then let's go into the chart. Let me make this bigger crosshair. I will show you how to cross. Here you can make crosshair bigger. Okay. Okay, here we have actually 5 indicators, including volume. And most of the indicators comes in different categories. And RSI, it will be coming under momentum category. And ADX also comes under momentum. And this normalized MACD also comes under momentum, trend following momentum indicator. And this we can call as a benchmark indicator, VWAP. And I'll be explaining each of these indicators. First, I would like to start with this VWAP. Actually, this auto anchored VWAP newly added to TradingView. I think it's from last December or November. It was published by TradingView itself. We are using the inbuilt one, and it consists of 3 bands. In that, we can see the main VWAP. It starts from 915. This auto anchored VWAP starts from 915. We cannot see this indicator yesterday's chart because it will be starting from 915 only, and according to movement of the market, it will be expanding. Okay, and this VWAP actually is a trading benchmark used by traders all around the world. That gives us the average price a security has traded at throughout the day. VWAP is very important because it provides us with the insight into both the trend and value.
Sorry, Ajish, to disturb you. Can you
Okay.
increase the sound is coming very low?
Okay. Now is it okay?
Yeah, better.
Okay. VWAP is very important because it provides us with the insight into both trend and value. So this is a benchmark indicator to look into whether you are going for long or short. I would like to open these settings and show these things. And we don't have to change anything. It is inbuilt, and we don't have to change any of these indicators input values. As Jagan sir has back tested it and changed it to our preference, and you can see input values over here. You don't have to change it, and if you want to change this colors and all, you can change. Style you can change. You can add. Yeah.
Atish, your voice is fluctuating. People are complaining. So maybe the mic is too close, or I guess the mic is too far. Could you adjust a little bit?
Is it okay? Is it okay now?
Yeah, now it's fine, but little bit higher pitch.
Okay. Now is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the style we can change. Input value we don't have to change. In style we can add any colors if you want to add here, other than the given. Here we have given so many colors here. If you want to add this color, you can add this color or any other color according to your preference. You can add those colors. Okay. And this is the first indicator we are using in 4.1 template. It is using we are using this in candlestick, and it will be using by 1 minute chart. Okay. And next indicator will be RSI EMA. This RSI EMA, we have RSI EMA in other charts also, but this particular publisher made it it is more simpler and easy to look into how to interpret this one, because the input values are almost same. Here In this chart, we have given RSI length 40, RSI EMA length 9. In style, this is the difference for this indicator compared to other RSI indicators. You can see the highlight in background. This is the main difference here. If you untick this, you can see the background color is gone. If you click on that, you can see the momentum where it is shifting into. Here you can see red color appeared, and in background also you can see the red color appeared here. And you can see the change, shift in momentum, retracement, small retracement, and continuing the trend like that. You can interpret that. Okay. And it comes under finding momentum category, this indicator. We need to identify what is the use of all the indicators. So this RSI comes under momentum indicator. And you can change the values over here. Means 70-30, this as given 70-30 as Jagan sir. If you want to change it, I don't suggest you to change it. If you would like to change, you can change it from here. If you are giving 60, it will be appearing 60 on top side, and below 40, it will be appearing 40. If you are clicking like this, it will be appearing. And it is given on top of our chart because it will be easier to look into this chart. Thanks to Mr. Jagan sir for this improvisation. I would like to change it back to 70-30. Next indicator is ADX-DI. It also a momentum indicator, and it shows strength of the trend. Actually, it has the ADX actually has consist of two values of directional positive and negative directional indicator. This positive indicator is shown as green here. You can see whenever it crosses the momentum, also the strength of the trend also goes up. It has given the value of 20 line. You can see here. This is the line. It has given to us 20. About 20, 25, it will be more stronger. You can see when the crossover happening here, the momentum also picked up, and you can see the movement here. ADX alone does not tells us which direction it is going, but it will tells us actually the strength of the trend. And after that, the crossover happened. ADX also gone to downward, strength lost here. Then again, you can see ADX picked up, went above 20, 25. The crossover also here happened, and the momentum you can see in the chart itself. These are very good indicator to find strength of the trend. These are the given value 20, above 20, 25, it will be more stronger. Next indicator is normalized MACD. Normalized MACD, let me open the settings. It shows the relationship between two moving averages of a security price. You can see this is given as 12, slow MA is 21, and it consists of a trigger that is given the value of 9, and it is not a MACD, it is a normalized MACD by glass. it comes under trend following momentum indicator. You can see the trend and its momentum also along with this NMCD. If you are looking into style, you can see the colors, and if you would like to fill, you can fill these things here. It will be coming like this. If you don't want to fill, you can untick this color change also. It will be appearing normal. You press this, the given colors will be appearing here for the MACD level. You can check with other indicators for this. These are the 5 indicators we are using for 4.1 template. It is used by 1 minute chart and candlesticks. Okay, let me go to the next 4.2 indicator. Here also we have 5 indicators in 4.2. We are using in Heikin Ashi and the time frame is 1 minute. Here you can see the indicators. First is VWAP session. Here he has given the VWAP only, did not given this bands. If you want to fill, you can do it like this. Jagan sir provided us like this only. So this VWAP, and you can see the difference between anchored VWAP and this VWAP. Anchored VWAP will not showing yesterday's data in VWAP session. It will be showing yesterday's data also. So I would like to untick all this. Input value, you don't have to change anything. This VWAP, like anchored VWAP, gives us the benchmark indicator. It will shows us whether it is a buy or sell. And next indicator is GMMA. It consists of mainly 12 moving averages, EMA, exponential moving averages, that starts from 3, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15. Those are short term moving averages. And EMA 6, that is starting from 15 period, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 60. These are long term moving averages, and it will be appearing in red color. It is a trend following indicator, and it can be used along with GMMA index. Here you can see the downside momentum here. It is respecting, it is going in alignment downwards. The 3 will be here, 5 like that. After that, one sudden spike has happened. You can see the 3 first crossed over with 5, then 8, then 10, 12, like that. It gone up. You can see the GMMA index also, the up movement. It gone buying side here. The divergence happened here, and it took support here. You can see it is respecting this long term here, and this moment during the last Friday, that RBI policy was going on, and it respected that. And these two must be used along with this GMMA index and GMMA. Together we need to use. And next one will be RSI, and it is a normalized version, and it is an inbuilt one. What is the difference with the earlier we saw RSI? In that that publisher provided us with a background highlight. There it is showing, it will be showing the momentum is where to it is shifting. Here it is an inbuilt one from TradingView, and you can see the crossovers happening here. From here the crossover happened and went up like this, and after that it came down, then took a support, went up, then here the crossover happened. In this trade last day, Jagan sir also ended, and one of our other person also ended and got some 105 points. He was mentioning 10-14 candle ended here. Okay, and this one also went down. Together it went down, and you can see that. The next indicator will be Willy. It comes under mean reversal indicator. Willy, you know the how to take entries here and how to exit. Actually, Jagan sir explained that, and he didn't explain about any other indicator about entry and exit. So Willy, you can see the crossover happen here. We will be looking for reversal trades here, buy side, and it went up like this 95. He told that he ended here and exited somewhere here. So these are the indicators we are using for 4.2. Aman?
Yeah, hi Ajish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ajish explained both the charts, and I think it's self-explanatory. Still, if someone has any questions, he can shoot in the chat and I can ask directly to him. So please, guys, if you have any questions, please type in the chat.
Aman, can I interfere? Good evening.
Yeah, yes, sir, Jagan sir. Yes.
Yes. First, welcome all. Good evening to everybody. And my special thanks to Aman, who in a short notice pitched in as Mr. Anil was sick, and he told me in the morning that you won't be able to anchor this. Then I requested Aman just one call. First he hesitated because he was new, first time he's doing. Then he said, sir, I will do it. You have told me, I will do it. That's what he said, that is the spirit. And then we had a mock session too. And to practice, you won't believe, we started, I think 12 o'clock, I took the subscription, and that also Aman helped. And then we had another 2:30 or 3 o'clock, we had a mock session. That, prepare yourself because it's a new team. And it is done intentionally. Every week, I'm going to introduce new people. They have to come out and try. And then, as happened to Ajish in the beginning was so shy. Now he's become a master. He doesn't have any hesitation on the spot. As you can see, he could present without even a PowerPoint or anything extempore. So thank you, Ajish. Thank you, Aman. And also to Avinash Singh, who originally was, I was also having him in mind as an anchor, but then there was some communication issues, but he still pitched in, helped a lot technically. So we brainstormed how we could go about it. So every week is a new effort, and I'm happy about that. So that is as an introduction. And the presenters. There are 3 presenters, including Ajish. Now you are going to hear from Charles, and then we have Sham, who will be the 3rd presenter. We are going to take up only 3 charts. First of all, I need you to understand, these are all volunteers like you. So who have started learning, and they are trying to contribute and show, particularly the focus is on TV features. They are not expected to go very deep into the indicators and the trading strategies associated with it and all that. Basically, the idea is, as the voting said, only 50% people are fully confident that they are conversant. There is about 30 to 1/3 of the voters, right? They say that still they need to catch up. So the focus is basically how to load the charts, how to change it, what can be changed, what cannot be changed, and things like that, and give an overview or what you call a bird's eye view of this. So, they are also learning. So, if do not expect them to go very deep into that, because we are all in the same boat, practicing and experimenting. Now, one or two, just I want, I do not know, we have few minutes before we take the question. Ajish, I want you to show one feature. Go
Okay,
back
sir.
to 4.1. Well, first of all, wait. Sorry. Come back to 4.2. I want to ask you, I am seeing -95 and -5. I put a red line and a green line.
Yeah.
Are you able to see in yours, or you have to do it yourself in your chart? The,
Yeah, I-
the red line and the -95 line and -5 horizontal line.
Yeah.
Are you all able to see in your chart, or it has to be made for each laptop by itself? I wanted to know.
I
You
think I
see the
have.
horizontal line at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
-95 point.
Yeah.
It is there. What is the color of the line?
Red and green, sir.
Red
Yeah.
and green. So it is there inbuilt. Now
Yeah.
please go back to 4.1. Okay. ADX, there is a small correction.
Okay.
-40 is above 40. It is universally accepted as the momentum range.
Okay.
So 20 is the setup. Now Ajish is going to show how to draw this 40 line and how to make an alert. Ajish, you need to do very quickly. You are an expert already on this. Go and draw a line at 40 in the ADX indicator. Black line or any color you want like. Do slowly so that people understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you are doing fine because of the time, but
Okay.
make sure that if there is somebody that want you to repeat, Aman,
Yeah, I am.
if it is not clear, please alert Ajish. Okay, he has drawn the line. Okay, now I want to just for show example how to change this 40 to 42, for example, and we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Can you show
Yeah. Sure. Coordinates. Yeah,
slowly?
you can change here to 42.
Change it and bring it back again to 40.
Yeah.
Okay, move to 42.
Yeah.
Can you bring it back to 40?
Yeah. Let me.
Okay. Now, thank you very much, Ajish.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is, you must remember, ADX always, in whichever volatility or anything, it's always 40. Remember this number. And this is where above it, there is momentum. Otherwise, it's always a sideways market. So once it is above 40, then there is opportunity for both swing traders and scalpers, because the candles will move fast, and either there is a rally or there is a bearish movement. Now, Ajish, go to alert and set an alert for this 40. Please, one more thing, remove the watch list so that people can see the full screen. Can you
Sorry.
show them how to remove the right column on the watch list? Yeah. No. I want you to, yeah, good, correct. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Please
You can
make
do
an
it.
alert at 40.
Yeah. You can do it from here itself. Okay. Only once you can add once
No,
per
not only
bar
one.
close, or according to your preference you can add. Okay. Once per bar close you can add. Okay. You can notify.
Actually, one moment, you choose one per minute, because once per bars close, it will stop.
Okay.
Yeah, it will not be continuous permanent. We want to make it permanent. Okay,
Okay.
that's why.
Okay.
Always. No, if you do, the difference is, if you do 1 plus bar, as that bar, it will show.
Okay.
And then, as you know, once in the momentum, we want to know whether the momentum is continuing.
Okay.
So we don't choose if you want it permanent. If you
Okay.
want it only one stem and forget about it, it's fine. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Then please go to the sound. Notify on app. No. Please go
Okay.
back.
I will.
Please go back. Sorry. Notify on the app is important. Can you check it?
Yeah.
First-
Yeah. I haven't downloaded, so it will be. You can tick here.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
And
And
you
then
can save it.
send to mail. Then create a sound
Yeah.
which
You can
put
name it
alert
also
name
here.
JDX above 40. Capital letters.
Okay. Can I
Wait.
save it?
Now below the message, what you will get it in the alert. You have to change. You don't need such a big message. Just change same ADX above 40. You put it. Remove everything. DX and all that you can see. What you need in alert is ADX above 40. So this is the message that will appear when that notification come in your app, and also it will pop up. Then you have
Okay.
to reach. Very good. Excellent. Now can you add a sound?
Where it is, sir? Sound.
More actions. Go to more actions. Yes. More actions. Yeah.
Okay.
Now place, yeah, whichever sound you like.
Okay.
But do only one sound for something. So over time you get used to it. For
Yeah.
example, volume, if you put, we have two candle theory. So
Okay.
when volume goes about 50, you
Yeah.
put a particular sound.
Oh,
For
okay.
positive thing, you put a pleasant sound. That's what
Okay.
I do. For down, you put ambulance sound or some
Okay.
negative sound, so
Okay.
that you will get used to you. You don't even need to see the alert. The sound will come. You know that the volume has increased from 50. Again, another sound comes. You know that in a 3 minutes that there is a double candle, a double what do you call a double, what do you say, two candle. Yeah, two
Okay.
candle above 50. Similarly, for Nifty, you put
Okay.
125,000. This
Okay.
is what the standard now.
Okay.
It can change. For
Okay.
example, when the Russia news come, this
Okay.
two candle theory of 50 will not. I increased the 50 to 75
Okay.
because the market was so volatile and the volume was there. See, and then we should always remember all these numbers. You must put it in context. For volatile high war, like this Russian war and Ukrainian war, then volatility changes, the VIX changes. When the VIX is at 26, you know that all the parameters need to change. For example, we had minus 80, 20, minus 20, you remember before?
Yeah. Yeah.
I changed it to minus 20, 75 and minus 25.
Yeah.
And from minus 92 to minus 8, I changed to minus 5 and minus 95.
Yeah.
So you expect some changes. Nothing is written in stone.
Okay.
These things over experience, you will know, depending on the market conditions,
Okay.
these numbers will change. Okay, thank you very much. That's
Okay.
all.
Thank you.
Any doubts on this? If
Yeah,
people,
Ajish, Prashant wants to know that if that alert comes once, then will it expire later, or
Yes.
will it come every time it crosses 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be.
Ajish, you want to answer that?
No. Jagan sir, you can answer. You are the
See,
expert.
go to the alert. Alert can be done from 4 places in from right to menu and it. If you put one, then it will come only once if you choose the top one, left top, one per bar, then that is a one-time affair. But if you put one per minute, the fourth one, it will be permanent, even for days, months, until you put an expiry date. Okay? Until then, it will keep on continuing. Okay.
Sir, my one question. I have one question.
Who is it?
Aman, sir.
Okay.
Where have we put in the alert 40? How will the alert know that we have to go above 40?
It will know. That is trading view. Not only this, you can put up to, that's why in Pro Plus, I have about 16 alerts.
Okay.
It will know exactly the pop-up will come.
Because we have put a horizontal line at 40, TradingView will know that we have put a line at 40.
No. It doesn't there are another way to do the alert. You can click, okay, I will show you. It doesn't have anything to do with the line. You can put it independently. Can you close this window and then I will show you? Yeah. See, there are different ways to put the alert. Top, there's an alert. Right, there's an alert. Okay, click on this. You can put it at 35. You can create an alert at 40. For example, I will give you an example. You have put, just a moment, Ajish.
Yeah.
For example, you have put it at -5 for Willy, correct? But because of the volatile condition, I want to be really, really safe. I want to enter a PE only at -1. You can put the line at -5 for you, but you can put an alert at -1 so that you get the sound. You don't want to even enter at -5. You want to enter only at -1 irrespective, because it can't go above 0. I have put alert at 0. Absolutely sure. When I put an alert at 0, I put all my maximum allocated money into that, because I know at some point, particularly in the morning, if it is there, for sure, it's a sure trade. Okay, so now I will show you another way to do. Right click this line, it will ask you create an alert. Can you do that, Ajish?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah, create an alert. There is, one moment, I can't see. Edit,
Yeah,
no.
it is already there, no? That's why it is showing. Alert is already there.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one thing. Do you have this green line? Yeah, create one in the green line
Okay.
at -95.
-31, anywhere I can create, no?
No, -95. You
Or
have a
Willy.
green line, right?
Willy, you are saying, sir?
Willy, sorry. Yeah, you have to go back, sorry. Yeah, -95, create one.
From here,
Yeah.
right click,
Yes.
add alert.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's all. It is already inputting the -95 value. You don't need to even, Got it?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Aman, your
Got
question
it,
is answered?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Answered?
Yes, sir. Yes, got it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted people to be familiar with this. Alert is one of the most, it makes your life easy. Once you start using for volume, this kind of, I showed you for Willy, ADX 40, like that you can go on. Some people are expert in GMI, GI, -5, people are talking. Just put the alert, you will get used to the sounds and volume later on. You know, it makes, you don't need to really go and, explore all the charts. These sounds and alerts will come and your trading will be very fast. Thank you. Aman, if there are any questions from the audience to Ajish, you can.
Sir, I have already asked whatever the questions they have. Now, Wilson wants to know that, can he please explain GMMA index, how to read?
Oh, no, that is not now. First, because we have two more already, we are 10 minutes past.
Yeah, already we are 10 minutes past 20.
If we have time at the end, I will do that, definitely.
Okay. So
now I'm answering again from the viewpoint of navigation, use, features, how to best exploit the TradingView features, and about the charts handling. Okay. If we have time, definitely I will go to the indicators.
Okay.
See, one moment, go back. I will answer the question. What was the question? Quickly.
Sir, he wants to
go back to GMI.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, before answering the question even more fundamentally, see this crossover, what is the time? Sorry, I can't see it here. 12 something.
Which crossover you are asking, sir? This
crossover time. Yeah, that's the point.
9:58.
9:58. You see, there is a change in trend. Okay. But actually what people will do, they will take it at the exact crossover when the short-term average is green is crossing over the red lines. Okay. That is what people normally will do. Now, what we have done more smartly, to have what is called an edge. How do you have an edge? you do things before other people do. So you're already the first in the game, and you get those extra points. By the time people enter, you would be exiting. That is how you get this edge, competitiveness in the market. Let's take this example. Can you go back and draw a vertical line, Ajish, quickly? That, but things do happen. I do not know why, but this is something to do with the algos. I do not know. Okay, draw the line. See, this is what is important for you guys. I'm not going to say for every presenter. I'm using Ajish first, but the other presenters, it will go fast. Even we are exceeding Ajish timeline, it's fine. So that I need to explain this principle. You see the perfect alignment, or what you call confluence. Remember the word confluence? I said today, I posted.
Chat, yeah.
Yes. I mean, you know that what is confluence means, right? Yeah. So this is the confluence. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 indicators. They're all sending the same story, same message. No arguments, nothing. 4 indicators. Now you are entering the trade here. Now it is going up, it is crossing. People are taking already between this and this, you can measure. Can you do it quickly? Between this point and the exact crossover at 15 minutes, can you measure how many points? Let's say
Yes, sir.
50, 60 points you would have already got.
This is a Ikinashi.
No, you're going to go up to that point. From where we enter, where we enter and where the actual crossover happens. That is the edge. Everybody will enter at the crossover. That is not what we want. We want to enter even earlier, which is what is indicator. Can you show, measure? You know how to measure?
300 points, sir.
Yeah, take the scale, measure that point, small
Sorry,
point.
sorry.
Between
Yes.
here, you can't see, I can tell you the time.
Sorry, some error is happening for my chart. Let me open.
It is 10, yeah. That's all, yeah.
Yeah, but it is not.
No, don't go too far. Just go to the machine, that candle, top of the candle. No, top of the second candle.
Yes, sir, it is top of the candle.
Second.
No,
Yeah.
second candle only.
This is the
Reduce,
first. Second.
reduce it to up to the wick.
Yeah, 304 points, sir.
No, it is less
Ajit,
than that.
second, the next one.
Yes, yeah. How many points?
268.
2 candles, 268. Whereas people will be entering at the third candle, according to their theory, because that is where the horror were. You are already got 250 points before other people are entering. So now what will you do? You see the doji here, fourth candle. Go little further right, Ajish.
Yeah.
Go to the doji. No. No. Fourth
Here
candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth candle. There's a
This
doji. Yes,
This one?
you would exit there.
Yeah.
Whereas people who have entered would have got, they would have also got some points, maybe 60, 80 points. Whereas you would have got 350 points. Do you get the picture, Ajish?
Yes.
Yeah, the advantage. So you should know how these indicators are helping you. This is a classic example. I can give you 100 examples like this. So while the crossover, you already got some 260 points. And again, after that, maybe another 40, 50 points until the doji appears. Okay, the people who know chart patterns will know. But again, you can again re-enter here at the support level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candle bottom. Again, there is second. Now here, how you trade, you go to that Camilla, which is, somebody else will explain. You will see that exactly there is a support level. So it is taking the support. It could be VWAP or anything. That's why you need to consult 2, 3 charts. Then again, you could take another trade, and you see the width of the green lines. It is expanding, particularly the 8th moving average, I think. And if I remember, it is 10th moving average. See the width is expanding and see the slope. I'm sure people understand what is slope means. They're all engineers. So when the slope or the degree of the slope is going more vertical, going towards 45 degrees. 45 degrees is the perfect one, because if it's going to 80 degrees, we can't manage. By the time you enter the trade, the candle would have gone 100 points above. You will miss. What we need is a 45 degrees candle, and that is what it is. If you look at this, it will be more or less 45 degrees, and the width is expanding. So this gives you more confirmation to stay on the trade and not to exit prematurely. Is it clear? Any doubts?
Sir, but we entered. Hi, Aman this side. At 9:58, the crossover happened after 9:58. So how will we? What is showing us that we have to enter at 9:58?
The three, four things, the vertical line, you say, okay. I think you are asking the question so that I can explain to everybody, right? I think you know the answer. You're asking a question so that other people know. See the Willy crossover, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's coming. See the RSI crossover, right? Same point.
Yes.
See the GI index going up from both long-term and short-term indexes, that is green and red, that was below, showing a negative trend, bearish trend. Suddenly, the short-term is moving up, but not the long-term. So there are four confirmation. First, there is a crossover in GMI chart. Second, there is a GI. It is giving you a confirmation. Third confirmation is your RSI. Fourth is Willy. So we have four confirmations. Okay. Now see the beauty of it. After this, the red. Can you come little bit that line to? No. I'm talking about the long-term averages picking up at that point. Here, right on the right. Yeah, no, the long term. Look at GI. Yeah, that point. Can you see, can you draw a vertical line? That point, GI.
Okay.
The long term, can you see, Ajish, understand?
Yeah.
It is 12, 10, 0, 7, 8 or something. You need, no, you are going horizontal line, you pick up a vertical line.
Okay, where, sir? Here itself?
1008
10.
or 1007. Yeah, come to that point where, where the red long start moving up.
Yeah.
10-0, yes.
10:05, sir.
Yes, 10:05. Okay, you see now, the party, already the short term has gone up. Now the long term also average is picking up. That is again the re-entry point. Again, you see the rally going up. This you are talking about 350, 400 points. Clear rally, and you can see the green expanding lines, the width between the green lines, that is the moving averages, they are expanding. Short trade. And here also you see, Willy is crossing over in the middle. So for us, from our point of view, it is just a confirmation, not an entry point. But RSI is showing again the trend, that reversal. Again, this the GI, it is picking up. Now the long-term average is also going up. So then it is joining. So there is a clear bullish trend. Okay. Aman, you are the only one who can be able to confirm, give me a
Yes,
feedback.
sir. Yes. Okay. Now I think everyone has understood. And this was quite a nice example which came yesterday. So I think everyone has understood this.
Okay.
Sir, can we move on to the next
Yes.
presenter, because the time is running?
No, this is fine, because this is very important. Many questions were asked before that during this. So that's why we took time. So
Yes,
that
yes,
means I'm taking part of my half an hour already. So
Okay.
count my time against that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Let's move on. Thank you, Ajish.
Thank you, sir.
So,
I'm muting now.
yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Ajish.
Yeah.
And now we will move to Charles.
I am
Uh,
stopping.
and Now we will move to Charles. He is an engineer by background, and he will explain two charts, 3.0 template, which has 3.1 and 3.2. So to you, Charles.
Thank you, Aman. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Charles, you are audible.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay. You can see it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me introduce myself. My name is Charles. I'm a telecom engineer, as Aman already told you. My trading experience is 1 year plus. That's all about me. Now, we will go to the presentation. Today, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about Chart 3.0 template. Chart 3.0 has two layouts, 3.1 V2 and 3.1 V1 layouts. Next, what is covered in this presentation? The purpose of today's presentation is to have a basic understanding and familiarization with the chart template, layout, etc. There will be sample charts with individual indicators and sample chart with combined indicators. What is not covered? The mathematical calculations behind the indicators is not covered. How or when to take a trade based on these indicators, or long or short entry or exit criteria, that does not come in the scope of today's presentation. So this is first I will take CH 3.1 version 1 chart layout. These charts are to be studied in 3 minutes time frame. Chart types we are using is candles, and we have 4 indicators. The first one is pivot standard Camarilla, which is used for support, resistance, and mean reversal trades. Again, we will not be taking trades based on a single indicator. Just I am telling this, what kind of a indicator it is. The second one is Keyes moment indicator by Lacy Baer for momentum identification. The third one is CM stochastic multi-time frame by Chris Moody for momentum identification. The fourth one is wave trend oscillator by Lacy Baer. That is the trend indicator. So we'll go to the next slide. This is how chart 3.1 version 1 looks like. Here, you can see this chart, right? Here, last expiry day, I have taken as a sample. On 7th April, market was in uptrend. In this area, you can see it was in uptrend. So we can see how our indicators behave in this particular uptrend. And around, I think 1 o'clock, the market went in bearish mode. Here also you can see how our indicators behave. We will come into each indicator one by one in detail. So this is the first indicator, which is pivot standard Camarilla. It is a modified version of pivot point standard. I will go to the trading view to show it. This is the indicator from trading view. I'm going to the settings. Here, there is a type. It is written Camarilla. I think you can all see it. Here, the pivot time frame we have taken as daily, and the number of pivots back, that's given us 15. So if you scroll down, you can see, we can see the pivot that is in the gray color. See, I think you can see it. This gray color line above the my cursor. is the pivot line, and there are S1, S2, S3, and Jagan sir has removed this S4 and S5 for the time being, and we have the resistances R1, R2, R3, R4, and R5 has been removed. But now this is for the time being, but when there is a big movement in market in either direction, we can include up to R5 and S5. Okay. So we are
Charles,
at,
if you just, Charles, if you could just remove the sidebar, please.
yes,
Thank you.
yes. So here you can see R1, R2, R3, everything marked on the left side, and S1, S2, S3 are the green lines, center the gray line. Okay. So we are ready to use this indicator. Just now, Jagan sir said, actually, looking at the Camilla, we can see the support has taken at that particular point. So we will get familiar with this indicator in the coming days. Okay. So I will go to the next slide, where I have I have removed the other indicators. See, again, this is that last expiry day where the market was in trending mode. You can see there is a big candle crossing the pivot camarilla, and the market moved up with high volume and momentum. Okay, I think we'll go to the next slide. So these things, same thing only I have written over here. Okay, this is a mean reversion indicator. And we can also identify the support and resistance. The second indicator is the squeeze momentum by Lazy Bear. This is a momentum indicator. This is one of the popular indicator in TradingView. If you go and look at the TradingView, you can see there are a lot of subscribers to it. It can define when there is a squeeze region and when we can expect a big price movement. I will show it in the next slide. Okay, here you can see some black crosses. This is the squeeze zone as written over here. Okay, in this area, you can see the market is moving sideways. There is no big movement or price action in this region. Okay, I'm just explaining to you where our area of interest. This is not for taking any trades. Those things will be explained later. So at this point, here I have put an arrow mark. I think you can see it. Here at this point, there is no black cross. Here the squeeze is released. And we can see there is high volume. Market is going up. And there are green lines, which gives that clear indication. And now after this point, we can see the color of the diagram has become darker. And if you see on the top also, you can see that momentum has decreased, and on the bottom side, the volume also has decreased. So this is our area of interest. This is not for taking any trades here. This is our focus at the moment. So I will take you to the TradingView. This is the squeeze area. See, this is the example which I shown in the slide. This is the squeeze area. Here we can see there is high volume. The momentum is going up. Market is also moving up, and there is an uptrend. Okay, so that's all about squeeze momentum indicator. Next, we will go to the next indicator. One more thing about squeeze momentum indicator, which I would like to tell you is that this indicator is used in combination with wave trend oscillator, which we are covering in this slide, in the next slide. As I told earlier, wave trend is best used in combination with squeeze momentum. It can be used to maximize our profits. It can be used for double confirmation in conjunction with the squeeze momentum indicator. I will show you. This one is the wave trend. You can see the green line. Here in this example, you can see here the market, there is a big green candle. After that, there is a small retracement. At this area, wave trend also now it's going flat. So this for safe traders, this is an area of interest. Like this is a confirmation that market is again go up from this area, and this up to this area, there is maximum profit. This is the maximum profit area, and after that you can see the green line, it is coming down. And if you look at in the top, you can see market is going sideways. So I will show you the trading view. Same thing only. Here the market is going sideways. Then if you look at this area, after 1 o'clock, the market has gone in bearish trend. Then wave trend oscillator, that is also, I hope you can see it. Amen, you can see it now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, wave trend oscillator, that is also in the downtrend. So that is about wave trend oscillator. Next, we will go to the slide. Back to the slide. The next one is CM stochastic multi-time frame indicator. Overbought levels are plus 70 and minus 70. Stochastic is used to identify oversold and overbought signals. This multi-time frame approach we are using is because we want to avoid being trapped by fake signals. So multi-time frame means we will be using a shorter time frame, that is a current time frame. For example, say 3 period, and there will be a higher time frame. For example, it could be 14 period. So in a multi-stochastic approach, in extremely trending market movement, it may indicate one thing we need to notice about CM stochastic multi-frame indicator is that sometimes the market is heavily trending. It will be in overbought or oversold area. It will be giving continuous opposite signal. So I will show that in the next slide. Here you can see the market is going in uptrend, but CM stochastics, it is giving the opposite signal. Why? Why? Because you can see the green line, it is crossing here. It is in the overbought area. So we need to be very careful about this trade. But we are not depending on a single indicator. Our trade decision is based on multiple indicators. We will go back to the slide. Again, I am showing the combined chart once again. Here you can see the same chart only. Market is in uptrend. Squeeze momentum will show like this. and we can see good volume over here. Unfortunately, CM stochastic is in the overbought area. It is giving us opposite signal, but wave trend theory, wave trend oscillator, that is giving a double confirmation. We can hold the trade at least until here. Okay, so this is the basic, our area, how we make our study. So that is all about chart 3.1. We'll go to the next part, that is chart 3.21 V1 layout. So CTCH 3.2 version 1, that's also to be watched in 3 minutes time frame. Again, here also the chart type is candlesticks and the time frame usually is 3 minutes. We have 5 indicators here: super trend, Bollinger Band, Premier RSI oscillator, on balance volume oscillator, then the last one, ultimate oscillator. We will take all the indicators one by one. The first one is the super trend by Kivan. This is a trend indicator. Super trend, everyone, most of us are familiar with super trend. It tells us whether the market is in uptrend or downtrend. This is the super trend line. Here, the super trend has given a buy signal over here. The green line below the candles, the green line, you can see it is going in like a staircase. It's going up and up. The market is moving up. So the candle, the green line is below the candles. And in this case, the market is in bearish trend. You can see the super trend has changed. It has given a sell signal here. The candles are below the super trend. It is coming down very steeply, and at this area it has gone flat for some time. And here you can see it has made a green candle over here. Okay, that is how we look at super trend. So super trend, I already said, it helps in generating buy or sell signals. When price come down, red line will follow the price. When price breaks out the red line at some point of time, then the buy signal is generated. Okay, so that's about super trend. Next is Bollinger Band. That's a volatility indicator. Bollinger Band is also a very popular indicator. It consists of 3 bands. Upper band, I have inserted a small picture of Bollinger Band here. It consists of a upper band, and here you can see a lower band, and there is a middle line. That is a middle band. The middle band is 20 SMA line. Here, upper band, this one, this area, this acts as a resistance, and the lower band, this acts as a support, acts like a support. This narrow region, this is called a narrow region or a squeeze region. Market will be mostly sideways in this region, and when the market moves in this sideways nature for some time, then there can be a large volume kicking in, and there can be a sudden expansion of the Bollinger Band. Okay, Bollinger Band can be combined with a price action for better trades. Here I have included the side. I think you can see it better. This is the narrow region where market is sideways. This is the expansion region. This is the 20 SMA line. Okay, I will go to the trading view and just show you the settings for Bollinger Band. That is 3.2. Here are the settings. We can see the 20 SMA length and the color of the middle line, upper band, lower band, etc. Okay. So I think I have left 10 more minutes. So this is the third indicator. Premier RSI oscillator is a momentum indicator. RSI is a leading momentum oscillating indicator. It provides the relative strength of the price movement. RSI is best used in a trending market. Most of you must be knowing it. This provides immediate response to market movement. It's a very highly sensitive indicator and gives early anticipation of price movement in which can happen in the future. We can use RSI for good trending opportunities. So this is a modified version of Premier modified version of RSI oscillator, which is called Premier RSI oscillator by Lazy Bear. Jagan sir has provided us this thing. You can see it is also in the graphical form. So this is our area of interest, where it is creating some double bottom kind of shape. So this is our area of interest. And when the market comes a bearish mode, you can see here also a similar pattern you can see. So this gives some indication that something is going to happen. Okay, that's about Premier RSI oscillator, and how we are going to use it we will learn in the coming days. And the next one is on balance volume oscillator by Lazy Bear. This is a momentum indicator, momentum oscillator. It's based on the idea that volume is as important as price movement. The volume is as important as whether a candle is closed in green or red. Because now in our early stages of trading, whenever we see a green candle or red candle, we think that no, the trend is continuing. But that may not be the case. We need to analyze the volume, how the volume is behaving, whether to hold on to the trade to maximize the profit, or we need to book the profits. So I will show you a sample example extracted. Here in this chart, you can see the price is moving up. And this area also, the price is moving up. But you look at the on balance volume oscillator. Here, when the price is moving up, the OBU oscillator, that is also going up. But here, the price is almost going up from here to here. But what we see a divergence here. The volume OBV oscillator is not interested in that this journey. So what is happening next? The market trend has changed from this point. And below that, there is another example. Here, the market is going up. This area market is again going up. So if we are not looking at the volume oscillator, we may not get a clear idea about what is happening. Here you see the volume oscillator, it is absolutely flat. It is not giving any indication that market can move up. So what is happening next? The market has become bearish, and OBU oscillator, it is also showing the same thing. So this is a screenshot I have taken. This is also very self-explanatory. Here you see the market is in uptrend. OBV, that is also giving that uptrend indication. Volume, we can see the volume is also good. But we see this area, market is now consolidating. But what is volume indicator is showing? It is show in a downward path. See, after some time, what is happening? Market has become bearish at this point. Market is clearly in downtrend. Here, the OBU oscillator, that is also showing the downward movement. And after, once it reaches here, there is a consolidation, or market is going sideways. But volume indicator tells us some other story. So depending on what these indicators tell us, we can take out trade decision. So that's all about on balance volume indicator, and I'm just introducing on balance volume oscillator to you. If the volume is low, the OBV indicator will not rise a lot, even if price went up a lot. Okay, so now we will come to the ultimate oscillator. Okay. It is defined to capture the momentum across multiple time frames. So earlier also I told about that, why we are using multiple time frames. It is because we want to avoid false signals. Multiple time frame is to avoid the drawbacks of other oscillators. How this is done? This is done by combining short-term, mid-term, and long-term price action into one oscillator and attempt to give overbought and oversold signals. Okay, I will show you here the ultimate oscillator. It is the price here, it is going up, the market is moving up, but ultimate oscillator, it is giving a divergence. So what is happening next? The market turned to bearish. So looking at the ultimate oscillator, we get some idea what is going to happen in the future. So that is written below that a basic buy signal is based on bullish divergence and basic sell signal is based on bearish divergence, so that we can avoid the number of false signals. So we will come to the TradingView screenshot. Here you can see same example. Market is uptrend. The ultimate oscillator, it's also giving a similar kind of indication. But when the market goes sideways, ultimate oscillator, no, it's coming down. So what is happening next? The market is coming down. The same trend, ultimate oscillator is also following. So this way we can analyze the market. So that is about ultimate oscillator. I think my time is getting over. This is the complete chart layout of 3.2. Here you can see all the indicators. Super trend is there, green and red. Bollinger Band, you can see the narrow band and the upper band, lower band, SMA line. Okay, here we can see the volume. Below that, the Premier RSI oscillator. See here we get some indication, and similarly here also. Below that we have the on balance volume. Okay, this move gives some idea about the market situation. And below that, I think, hope you can see the ultimate oscillator. So that's it. Now there are a few general things which I would like to share with you. The do's and don'ts. Do not trade based on a single indicator. That's very important. I explained all the indicators one by one, and at a time, most of the slides I showed you only one indicator. Why? Because we should not get confused between several indicators. But our trade decision should be based on multiple indicators. We should maximize the profits, cut down the losses. All the indicators can be used for both long and short position, means for buying as well as selling. We should have a proper trading setup, TradingView premium version, laptop, good configuration, multiple screens, good internet connectivity, etc. We need to capture the trend, momentum, volatility, mean reversion, volume, open interest. So all these indicators which Jagan sir has shared, that is designed in such a way to capture all these aspects of market, for that, so that we get a very good trade which we can hold on to get maximum points. The There is one more thing actually which I would quote from Jagan sir. There is nothing like a per day target or something. Whenever market give us an opportunity, we should we should take it. Beginners, better to practice with one lot only for 1 month. Okay, then they can increase the lots. Do not change the parameters of the indicators. That's very important. Jagan sir has put in a lot of efforts and studies to fine tune the indicator settings. I have showed how we are seeing the input values for the first indicator, I guess. So we should not change it. We should use the same layout and parameter settings. We can change the colors. That's not a problem. So that's it. I think my time is over. Thank you.
Yeah.
Aman? Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. So Charles, thank you for such a lovely presentation and especially for these words of wisdom with these do's and don'ts. And I think everyone should take a printout and read these every day. So they should not do any mistake. So guys, if anyone has any question, please write in the chat box so I could ask, so we could move forward.
Can I take a minute while
Yeah,
you are
yes, sir. Yes,
taking the questions?
yes, sir.
There's a gap, so just first, amazing presentation by Charles. Believe me, you said you are going to present for the first time. This is the
Thank you,
best presentation I can say in the 3 trading sessions so far. The best presentation, very good preparation, very focused and very clear and very good analysis. Even I am not sure I will be able to do this kind of work in that given time, Charles. Really,
Thank you, sir.
I applaud you, I salute you. Wonderful, wonderful, wonder. You have a great future, I can tell you. You remember this day when I tell you that you have a great future as a trader. You can
Thank you,
straight
sir.
away jump as a, I do not know whether you're a full-time trader. Even if you are not, you have all the, this is the signal. Today, you can jump straight away into your trading, a full-time trader. You'll be 100% successful, I can guarantee.
Thank you, sir.
Now, so thank you very much, Charles. Really, I didn't expect this much of effort you would have put in to make things so clear. And for us, you know, these volunteers really, I mean, they are the big strength of this group. Otherwise, we would not have reached here. Now, 2 things I would just want to quickly show before we take the question. Please go to Camarilla, the first page, which the first.
Yes, yes, sir.
First,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes.
Yes.
See, I want to. Sorry, my maid was calling me for dinner. Okay. Now, look at this, expand that Camarilla thing. No, yeah, correct. See this, how this resistance support. Can you move this, you know, the one, sorry, I'm not able to see. You have to enlarge the Camarilla portion. See the way it is, see the black line, the main line, okay? Support. How many times it is hitting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going by. And see the red line, point out. See the resistance that is coming. So all what you have to do, always keep, you cannot trade without the support and resistance line. See the R2 here, respected. Then here R1 is respected. S1 is respected. S2, you see that big candle, it came such a big candle, but then it took support, then bounced back. So whatever the indicators are using, this is very, very important. Without support resistance line, you cannot trade. Okay. Now I don't have time now. You remember Ajish discussed, and we had this time, if I remember correct, it is 10 o'clock, 10:01 and 11:10, if I remember correct. You go that point, vertical point, take it here and draw that, just do when you get time, take that point when it reverses, and you see here, it would have hit a support line or resistance line. Exactly. So there are 2 things. Something is happening, and then taking the trade. And the smarter way, give guys what they do, why it is reversing? There has to be a reason. Okay, why it is reversing? Because you take that day, what Ajish, we were spending time, compare it here, and when it took, that would have been a S1 or S2 support level, most likely S2 support level, and then it would have bounced back, right? The one thing you need to understand, these are not lines. This is what people think. Oh, I'm drawing a line. You're not drawing a line. This is the psychology level of millions and millions of, or trillions of dollars or rupees put into that. So when you see a resistance level, what it means? Means millions of people got the fear. It's an emotion. They say that, okay, this is the level, I better quit, I better sell, it may not go up, I may erode my profit, let me take the profit, put it in my pocket. So that is the emotions. So when you draw these lines, you remember you are drawing the psychological lines of fear and greed. This is what is very important. If you think, okay, I'm just drawing a line like mathematics, no. This is first mentality. You guys have to get it inside you that this is all the psychology. Okay, so that's what I want to mention. Any pair this okay, CPR, one person was asking a question, has CPR been removed? Yes, I've removed CPR for a certain reason, because it's a question of trade-off. I can't go on increasing charts. I have to compress and put only the priority. I can't miss this support the resistance level. And there is another indicator called Camarilla itself, but I didn't use that. I thought changing this would be better. Why? Because later on, instead of Camarilla, there is 5 other options. I do not know whether you have time to show that.
Yes, sir. I can show that.
Yeah.
Here
So
we can.
yeah.
There are
Fibonacci. Now, I would have preferred Fibonacci, but we are not introduced to Fibonacci. Engineers, you would have learned in your mathematics classes, Fibonacci numbers, one of the most, for how many years? 150 years it stood. It is not only Fibonacci, is applied in astronomy. All our stars, our global universe, all Fibonacci numbers. So you can't take it lightly. It has to be understood. I'm sure in your engineering classes, somebody would have taught you that. And how do we apply that is the question. But now, instead of choosing the straight Camarilla, I chose this because later on, we will be moving to, instead of Camarilla, we may be moving to all the other thing, DM and other things, specialized. There is also one more thing. Can you take that VWAP thing? Was it here?
VWAP actually.
VWAP band. VWAP band.
We have Bollinger Band only, sir. In this 3.2, we have only Bollinger Band.
Bollinger Band. Can you take that that chart? I want you to just explain this. Okay, not Bollinger, VWAP. There is one standard deviation. You know, if people know about standard deviation, that VWAP band, which was not explained, is one standard deviation. That is, if you really go and again look at the support resistance level, you will see that they will respect not the central VWAP, but the upper limit and the lower limit. Was it not in this chart group or was it in this chart?
3.2, this is not, VWAP is not included.
Okay. So I think it was when Ajish, and I forgot to mention.
Yes,
So,
okay.
Sorry, Ajish, one who presented before.
Ajish, are you there?
No, don't worry. Just let's not waste time.
Yeah.
In that VWAP, if you go, you will see the bands. Now the question is, when it comes to VWAP trading, all we were told is only VWAP. No. VWAP band, one standard deviation is important. There is another chart I will show you where 2 standard deviation, that is volatility period, and then it can go up to 3 standard deviation also. Certain days it has gone during this Ukraine war. So you have to understand this concept of Fibonacci and standard deviation. I'm not introducing now, it will come later. But then, just on the funny side, How come you couldn't pronounce the author of the Premier? Can you try now?
Premier RSI
Author.
oscillator, sir.
Author.
One second.
Just for fun, I want to see. Can you
Okay,
pronounce his name?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll try. Which one's premium 3 point that is coming?
Kevin.
Kevin. 1 second, sir. 1 second, 1 second.
If not, leave it, just for a
Yeah.
lighter moment.
Okay.
We don't need to be so serious.
Kevin, where is it?
Yeah, show the name. We want to see how you pronounce it.
1 second. I'm looking for the name, sir.
Yeah, here it is. No, you got it.
Yeah.
1 minute back. Just-
Kivan.
No. Go to the previous one. You had the name.
Okay.
Just you jumped very fast. No, one slide before this.
This one, sir.
No.
Next one,
You
the
came
slide.
the one before, and you just quickly clicked on that. Premier. Yeah, go down. How come will? Yeah.
This one,
yeah,
sir.
wait,
Okay,
wait,
this one. Yeah.
So can you pronounce his name?
Kivan Osbiljic.
Biljik.
Who can pronounce? Aman.
Kivan Osbiljic.
Aman, give it a try.
Kivan Kozbilzik. Kivan
Ah.
Kozbilzik.
Arvind, what's your name? Abhinash. You want to try?
This is a tongue twister right now.
Yes.
Kivan's-
You know
Kivan's
what our friend Charles did. He knew the trouble. He quickly said Kivan,
Right, sir.
and then he skipped the
Right.
slide.
Yeah. In the beginning,
Kivan
I decided I would tell only Kivan.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
unmuting myself.
Thank you. Charles, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear.
Yeah. So just one small question, if you have time. Nilesh is asking, can you explain wave trend oscillator once again?
Which one? Wave trend.
Wave trend.
Okay. I'll go to that slide.
One moment, sorry, we don't have time. We have only
Okay.
half an hour, 27
You
minutes.
can maybe
Time is ready. Sorry.
Nilesh, you can see again in the recording. We are going to provide it later, so you can check it in that, please. Okay, thank you, Charles. It was an amazing presentation, and all kudos to you.
Thank you.
And now next presenter we have is Shyam, and who is going to present template 4.0, which consists of two charts, 4.1 and 4.2. So now let's go to Shyam and give him the stage. Shyam, please.
Yeah, actually I'm presenting 2.1. 2.0 I'm presenting.
Sorry. 2.1, 2.2. Yes, sorry, my bad.
Shyam, can you introduce yourself?
One minute. Yeah, sure, sir. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Shyam, it's visible.
Right, thank you. Yeah. So myself, Shyam, working as a software engineer in Bangalore. So I have 1 year of market experience, especially on option selling. So usually I take an expiry trade, that too safe trade only. So recently I started exploring more on this trading view, and that too after getting lot of guidance from Jagan sir and Charles and other friends. So that's about me. So yeah, basically I'm going to cover chart 2.0. So in the chart 2.0 we can see like there are two subchart we are going to cover, which is 2.1 and 2.2. So what I am covering here and what I am not covered here. So what I am covering is the sample combined chart and individual indicators and basic understanding of these indicators, familiarization with the chart layout. So that's what I'm going to cover here. And what not covered is technical, maybe like the trade entry or exit, and the core maths behind the chart. That's I'm not covering. Meanwhile, I may switch across the trading view. So CT 2 dot, okay, chart 2.1. So basically this chart, like 2.0 chart is studied under 5-minute time frame, and the chart type is Rengo 5 minutes, and the indicators what we are going to analyze or study together is like Rengo levels by Monglore, and a wave trend oscillator by Lazy Bear, which is already explained by Charles, and ultimate oscillator, which is an inbuilt uh, uh, symbol. So which is all also explained a little bit by Charles. So we got more details into the Rengo levels. So basically, the chart 2.1, we can see like, okay, all the 3 indicators, which are Rengo levels, wave trend oscillator, and ultimate oscillator. We are putting it into a single chart, and we are just giving indications of what kind of chart it is. So this is a trend indicator. This is a trend again. Wave trend is again a trend indicator, and the ultimate oscillator is a momentum indicator. So this is how we need to analyze this chart together. We'll get into details of this Rengo chart first. So probably I will switch to here and we'll see just this how it look like. So here, so we'll go back to the slide and get into details of this. So Rengo levels by Monglore. So basically, Rengo is a price-based chart that we can see. So like other LCD chart is usually a time-based chart. So basically, Rengo chart is useful for traders for spotting the trend. So the current day trend, how it is going up or down or certain times, based on certain time slot. So Rengo chart is based on ATR. ATR is nothing but the average true range, which is a measurement of the volatility. So each Rengo chart blocks, right? The block size is depending upon the ATR. The green box are signed that the price is rising, and the red is giving an indication that the price is falling, going down. So ATR is, as I explained, like market volatility indicator. It's basically used for a technical analysis. So it's not only used to measure the volatility, but it will get and note the direction of the asset price. So it's much more. So Rengo chart has a time axis, but the time scale is not fixed, which means the time is there, but the scale of the time is not fixed for that. So basically, Rengo charts are typically used for based on closing price on the time chart frames chosen. That's more about the Rengo chart. So probably I will tell a little bit of advantages of Rengo chart. I couldn't find much disadvantages. So this is the Rengo chart basically to filter the noise. So it's clear. So it's given as indications on the support and resistance identification. Also for the trend identification, and also for the determining of the time offset position. It's an important step because candlestick doesn't provide the price target, but Rengo is providing that. And basically, Rengo pattern, if you look on like a glimpse of that, it will give an overall market view. Okay, how today market went. So that's what the Rengo is giving to us. So, and this is how the Rengo chart is just a zoom version of that. Okay, Rengo chart, how it is looking, and set of certain indications will be harder to do here. So which will give a trend, like a sharp trend. These are arrows, which will giving the up indication, or it's a down trend. That's what it's an indication. So this is, I have a zoomed version of that. So this is how it is showing. So up and down part. And also it has a volume. So let's see it directly on the trading view. So this is here we have the settings for the Rengo. So basically, here we can see, as you know, like these are the input which is required for the Rengo levels. So we have a time frame which is set by Jagan sir. Okay, so we are not supposed to change any of these values associated with any of these parameters. So ATR is fixed is for 60, and SMA. So ATR is basically right the market volatility index. So that is fixed here for it's 60, and SMA is the moving average 5, and SMA current time frame then this is 20. It is also another extended way of I can say like it's similar to the SMA only, but based on the it is based on the SMA closing price, and the current time frame is setting as 20. That's what it is meant for. And the style is basically used to configure how the look and feel of the chart, what color it is need to be used, and what are the other parameters. So for example, here the up arrow, so which is set here as for the shape. So if I disable it is gone. So this is just to beautify the chart and to make a come to get into a comfort zone, how you can represent or how you can visualize and decode the data as quickly as per your wish. So basically we can say that, okay, yeah, SMA lines and other various colors are there. So this yellow color you can see here, which is the 20 SMA moving, and here we can see the SMA level 5. This here converting down. So there are other parameters like upper band of plot and the lower band of plot, which is drawn here for against each Renko chart. Probably I will zoom a little bit here. And this is basically this is how the configuration for this. So this is all about the Renko. Sorry. Yeah. So and below we can see the volume indicators also there. Okay, we have updated. So as sir mentioned earlier, so we can add the alert for the volume. It's more than 50K. So basically, how little bit of internal of the details how this ATR is getting calculated. So the ATR we have like a built-in functions in the case of the trading view. So we can directly call the ATR. So if you want to get to know more about what is this ATR doing, so go to the trading view documentation. So there we will get a lot of internal details about all the APIs what they are using. So it is ultimately good because you can like once we get a trading, right? So one chart. So it is not fixed as sir mentioned, right? Depending upon the market, we need to do the modification. So we need to understand how things need to be done, and you should have a good grip on how these parameters are working on what is little, at least little bit know the internals of how things are working. So this is how the this one. So next one is about the wave trend oscillator. So wave trend oscillator, Charles is already explained. So basically, this is a oscillator is a part of famous TSMT indicator. It's a trending indication. So and it is an advanced oscillator than the RSI that you can say. So here we can see like a green line, and we have a red line here. So whenever also like we have an oscillator which is running, which is green line which is running across. So when this green line is moving up, right, which means it is an uptrend, and it is going down, it is a downtrend. And whenever the green line, right, is running green line crosses the red line here, so which is an overbought zone. And whenever this green line is crossing the bottom green line, this is oversold zone. This is how we need to analyze this wave trend. So let me go to the chart. So here we have the settings here. So yeah, basically like the input, the 60 and minus 60 are the overbought and oversold level, which you can see here at the 60 and the minus 60. And there is an intermediate level also set, which is 21 and 53. Between 53 and minus 53. So this is an intermediate level which is set across this. And this is a style indicator. So I think I no need to explain more about the style indicator because it is just to see how to visually align with your No, respectively. So going back to the slide, so this is what I'm explaining a little bit the same thing there. Okay, we could see like it's an expanded version, zoomed version of that. So how the wave trend oscillators, and these are how the configurations of this input configuration and the style configuration for this wave trend oscillator. So now coming to the third oscillator in 2.1, which is the ultimate oscillator. So ultimate, Charles already explained about a little bit about the ultimate, but this look and feel is a little bit different here. That's only different. So earlier it was like a line. So it is here the difference. So basically this is a momentum indicator, and the goal is to avoid false divergence. So measuring the moment, basically this ultimate oscillator is measuring the momentum across three various time frames, which is 7, 14, and 28. So it's but the problem with there are a lot of momentum indicators available. The problem with this momentum oscillators is that like after a sudden movement is happened, like a price increase or decrease, they can be false divergence. For example, here you can see like a rapid rise in price, a bearish divergence signal may present itself. However, the price continues to rise. So this is how the things they are going to fix in this ultimate oscillator. This is a theory behind I'm talking about. So ultimate oscillator is attempt to correct this kind of problem, which is the legacy momentum oscillator has. By correcting by using the multiple time frame in this calculation, rather than taking one single time frame. That's how they are trying to correct this problem, the old legacy momentum oscillator problem, using this ultimate oscillator. So basically, it is used to measure the buying pressure. So whenever the ultimate oscillator goes high there, which means there is a high buying pressure, and it is going down. Okay, which means the buying pressure is going down. So buying pressure buildup will happen whenever the ultimate oscillator goes high. So basically, this how the a little bit of how internally things are happening. As I told, like there are it's based on three time frames: 7, 14, and 28. So basically, the timing that we need to have two parameters to calculate the ultimate oscillator. So which is like buying pressure and the true range. So buying pressure is how they are calculating the formula standard. It's available there. So it's all this all the information I have taken it from the training view description from the author who built it. And calculating the three average, like average of 7, 14, and 28. Based on that, we calculate, and based on then finally the ultimate oscillator is getting calculated. So this is how the expanded version of the ultimate oscillator. You can see it here. So here we can see like, okay, in this case, see the ultimate oscillator also is giving an uptrend. So here after this particular time frame 950 to 1015, so here we can see it's going down. At the same time, all those things, other things are getting respected. So this I already explained, like what is the fast length, middle length, and the slow length. These are the time frame, but I was talking about the 17, 14, and 28. And the one is the style, what style you want. So this is again coming back to the same, the overall picture of this. Okay, just giving as a conclusion. So, so the first one, the Renko level, is a trending indication. So which will give an overall market view rather than having multiple candles. And so this period of it is as up, it has given a trend. And again, let's begin the trending indication. Okay, that is from the wave trend oscillator. And from the ultimate oscillator also giving the momentum, how the momentum is doing that time.
Shyam, sorry to disturb you, but 9:30 the session is going to end. So please, we have to wrap up in the next 10 minutes.
Sure. I'm going to go fast a little bit.
Yeah, in 10
so
minutes.
Going to the CT 2.2, which is a sub part of chart 2.0. So CT 2.1 and 2.0 needs to be in 5 minutes time frame. And the candle, we are using the candle 5-minute candle. So what are the things I'm going to cover here is the rank delta, option scalping V2, and MACD McLean oscillator. So this is how the overall options, rank delta, option scalping, and Nifty, Bank Nifty McLean oscillator we put in together. So I will go into details of this, how this rank delta look like. So maybe I need to explain a little bit more on this aspect. What is this key parameters on this rank delta meant for? So basically, this will give an overall picture of how the market look like, and it is against each stock. Yeah. So basically, if you look on this here, we can see okay, Nifty, whether it is in selling. So how the selling line is showing, because most of the things are on selling part. So that's why the now in count is coming. And here Dow futures, it is giving an indication that it is not a target. Similarly, for the each assets in that particular bank Nifty, right? Bank Nifty or any stock, what is the current status, whether it's a bullish, neutral, or in the sell side, depending upon the other parameters. And this is the second column is about the script, which mentioned about what is the real asset.
Can you be a little bit louder? Some people are not able to hear you.
Okay, sure. Is it
Yeah.
audible?
Yeah, better.
So here we can see the third column, which is the LTP. So no need to explain. I can go fast here. So what is the change, whether it's up or how much the deviation happened from the opening price. And next is about the VWAP. Okay, as we know, all this information, volume weighted average price. It's a trend indicator, basically VWAP, right? So and next one is the alligator. So alligator is it's a EMI based indicator for giving an indication whether it's meant for buys or sell or in the sleep position. So that's what alligator is meant for. And after that, we have the super trend. So we have multiple super trends. We have this 21 bar 1, 14 bar 2, and 10 bar 3. So as you know, like about the super trend, there are various parameters. The first one is the ATR period, which is 21 here, and the second parameter is about the multiplier. So basically, the ATR period is the period for the first one, like the 21 is for the period for the for the ATR, and this is the multiplier. Based on that, it will give the indications of whether it's a buy or sell or what. The ATR is going to play, it is usually play a major role in this ST case, super trend case. So that's all about the ATR. And then coming into the ADX part. So as we already saw about the ADX, so it's about the average directional index. So it's a trend indicator. And then we'll come to the RSI. So RSI is nothing but the relative strength indicator. It is to measure the magnitude of the price change to evaluate the overbought or oversold. That's for the RSI. And this another one is the MACD, which is coming into. So MACD is a trend following momentum indicator, right? So it is nothing but the moving average converges divergence, right? That's how the MACD. And we already know about this MACD. At least we are aware about this MACD and other parameters, right? Now coming to the another one is the FREMA. So FREMA is a factorial adaptive moving average. This is it is based basically, I can say like this, FREMA is it's based on some exponential moving average. So basically, exponential moving average, what it will do, it will give a smoothy edge for the EMA. That is what basically it is. It is a trend indicator. That is what this FREMA is meant for. So exponential moving average, because we are just moving the frame for the exponential moving average. That's how the FRMA FREMA internally is doing, and what indication it is giving, whether it's giving a buy or sell indication. And we have the volume here. It's not captured properly because it's not the market time makers. Then finally we have the RS. RS is nothing but the relative strength. So it's a momentum indicator. So there are some difference between the RS and RSI, right? So RS is calculated against a index. So most probably it's an index or a set of stock. That is what RS is calculated, relative strength. But in the case of RSI, it is calculated based on the previous data for a particular stock for a particular index. That is the difference between the RS and RSI. So we'll go fast a little bit. So all the details I am little bit put it here. So this I got it from the trading view explanation about how these indicators are. So how things are working. So how the RS, okay, here a little bit of definition. We can always go through this definition. You can find out when is the uptrend or buy, or when is the condition for services. They are keeping in today morning. I saw the James are also posted this one.
Sham, your voice is not at all audible.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay, fine. So these are the settings for what are the detail, RAN delta. It's pretty clear how the things are. We are not supposed to change any data here. Most probably, like, yeah, even not anything. Mostly, SAR would like to change it, so we can change it and we can discuss and change it. But otherwise, the data remains the same. And next will come into, we are looking into the option scalping. So before getting into the option scalping V2, okay, we will see how the chart looks like. So I will disable other things. So probably, yeah. So here I just enabled, okay, how it is, so we can see the details. And here we can see that how the input style need to be configured here, and this here how the you can feel for the style we had and configured. So it is you can explore more on this. So I feel this RAN data is a very good indicator. It's very useful indicator to give an overall idea on what's happening in the market. And we will next see about the options scalping V2. So this indicator is used only in the case of Bank Nifty futures. So VWAP is a volume average price. So user, we already know about the VWAP, right? So user can input the source and enable or disable the VWAP in the input section. That's this when price is moved more than VWAP, it is a bullish trend, and vice versa, right? So that's how the VWAP work on. So VWAP, I think it's clear, right? Volume weighted average price. It's a trend indicator. And next comes the super trend. So super trend is like, yeah, user can input ATR period and ATR multiple value from input selection. By default it is 10 and 2, but SAR has modified it. So keep the modified value whatever we have. So user have to enable or disable the ATR calculation. Whether you can enable ATR calculate super trend is calculated differently. So super trend basically give an indication whether it's a buy or sell signal. The price is more than the super trend, it's a bullish trend, and vice versa. So that's how it is. So here you can see directly from the chart. I will right now I will disable this RAN delta. So here, yeah. So here we can see. So here we can see the super trend. So when the price is moving up, the super trend is giving an indication that it is right side. And when the market is going down, it's giving an right red side. And here we can see the option scalping. VWAP information. So we can, yeah, this is how the configuration of the parameters work. So here we can do the configuration and customization for these parameters. And finally, we are coming to how many minutes more? So we have 2 minutes more. So finally, we are coming to the McLean oscillator by the DFB. So McLean oscillator is a market, but because I put a lot of text here, because I feel like it would be good to rather than I put a bullet point here, it would be good to put in statement so that it will be useful for others. So McLean is a market but indicator that is based on difference between the number of advancing and declining issues on stock exchange. So it can be applied to any stock exchange or a group of stock. That's what it is. So it's here in this case, it is applied to the Bank Nifty. So a reading above 0 can confirm the rise of the index. So from this oscillator we can see that whether it is going up or down. So that's how it is made here. So when the index is rising, the oscillator is falling. This give a warn that indicate that there should be a decline. The reversal should happen. That's what it can be used as a trend, and it can be give an indication, early indication that this is not the right way things are going. So that's how it is. So when index is falling, the oscillator is rising. That indicates that index could start rising soon. This is called what we call it as a divergence, right? So that indication is given by this McLean oscillator. So it may indicate a strong reversal from a downtrend to uptrend. That is, uptrend is away on the stock exchange. So this is these kind of indications are very much required and very much important for us, because all the reviews saying that this indicator is really a good indicator, which is applied to Bank Nifty. In summary, I can say like Maclean oscillator is an indicator based on the market, which is a technique which technical analysts can use in conjunction with other technical tools to determine the overall state of the stock market and assess the strength of its current trend. So that's why the Maclean oscillator is very used. So I will go a little bit details of the here we can see more about this. So here we can see that there is an uptrend happening, right? So, but again it is went correct only. But sometimes we can see like there is an uptrend happen and there is a reversal happen, which means that that is not going to sustain there. That's how it is. So here we can see the configurations part of that, how we can do the configuration. So what various parameters for the Maclean against the various assets we have there. And I feel like this one is the based on the index, while the how much weightage Bank Nifty has against this particular asset. So Bank HDFC has the more weightage, next ICICI so on. And the style is for the indication. So I think that's all. I just come to an end on that.
Thank you, Shyam. Thank you for all the assistance you have provided. I guess, guys, today was a nice session. It was
Just one moment. Sorry to interrupt here. Shyam, you did extremely well. Very in-depth presentation. And particularly the ones you did about this ultimate oscillator is awesome. And there's a lot of reading to do. You've done, you try to cover, but I understand you have a lot to say, but then there was a time constraints. So thank you. Sorry, you should have come even in the beginning so that you could have covered some. We took some 10 minutes of your time. Excellent work. Thank you so much. I gave you very short notice, just I think 3 days, and you are a very busy schedule in your office. With all these things, you are able to manage. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Johnson, for your support and keep on disturbing you for asking the doubts on these technical indicators. And you are being, always happy to share the information and explaining me very well on that. Thanks for your motivation, sir. Really appreciating. And also, like motivation from Ajay, Charles, and other people also help you cover this presentation in a short period of time.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, everybody. And if someone has some questions, they can put it in the group, and maybe the presenters can take those questions there in the group itself. So see you guys next week. Thank you. Thank you, Jagan sir.
Thank you very much, Aman. You did a great job, really, for being a first-time presenter. Excellent session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.